was worse than August, and he got right out of it. He said he counted at least a rough guess 150 shots fired last night into the early morning hours, 29 arrests, 12 places fired. Officers had batteries and rocks thrown at them. Luckily, no very serious injuries to report, but both lawmen very upset, clearly.
And as I said, didn't really know what to expect. Captain Johnson mentioning the fact that many people's dreams have been torn apart. He said they've torn the dreams of the small business owners apart because, as we said, at least a dozen buildings either on fire or at this point destroyed. Many of those buildings, small businesses, housing small businesses that no longer exist.
Yeah,
so.
And it's wounds that the entire area will bear. And I believe we have standing by St. Louis Mayor Slay's Chief of Staff, Jeff Rainford, is going to be joining us on the phone. And Jeff, I'd like to start with you if you're there. I heard Mayor Slay's speech earlier tonight when he actually invoked President Abraham Lincoln, talking about the very first Thanksgiving back in 1863 and how that would be a time for the country to come together when we were split. And he sort of made the parallel that we're a community that is split, and maybe hopefully this Thanksgiving week we can find some sense of healing. But I got to tell you, we're off to a bad start here, Jeff.
Yeah, what happened in Ferguson tonight absolutely set back not only obviously a horrible thing for Ferguson, but set back the entire region. Really what you had tonight, those weren't protesters who started the fires or shot, fired the 150 shots or looted the businesses. That was criminal activity, and that was the one thing that we were always worried about. I actually, like the mayor and like Chief Belmar and others, had great confidence in the organized protesters, the nonviolent protesters, but we always worried about, people who would use the protests for their own, to advance their own criminal careers, through their own criminal behavior, not to advance the cause, not to bring grievances to the government, not to try to produce change, not to try to make St. Louis a more fair and just place for everybody, but simply to, conduct and just do criminal behavior. And that seems like that's what happened in Ferguson tonight.